Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Exodus. He made his first appearance in X Factor, issue number 92, in July of 1993. His real name is Bennet du Paris, and he stands 6 feet tall, weighs 195 pounds, and has pure white eyes, typically not being shown with pupils, black hair, and red skin. Now, Exodus is one of the most powerful mutants on Earth, basically having incalculable psionic powers and being described as a psionic of the highest order. And amazingly, his powers can be boosted to even higher levels if he himself or others around him have confidence in his abilities. The list of his psionic abilities is astounding. His telekinetic powers give him vast superhuman strength, being able to lift well over 100 tons. He can also perform very intricate tasks, like disassembling and reassembling extremely complex devices. He can generate force fields that are nearly unbreakable, and also use these to crush things as well. Exodus can also generate energy blasts and fly. He's been shown to have a healing factor, as well as being able to apply this to others around him, and even bring people back from the dead. Besides the force fields he can make, his actual physical durability makes him nearly invulnerable as well. He's also functionally immortal and can teleport. Now, his telepathic powers are ridiculous, and I'm not even going to go into everything that he can do, but to touch on a few, he can manipulate the minds of people in his presence, exhibit a form of precognition, as well as astral project over short distances. It also has to be noted that he can feed on the psionic energies of people around him, being able to add those to his own considerable powers. Let me be clear, Exodus is a certified beast. Now, he was born as Bennet du Paris in the 12th century, deep down always knowing that he had some type of power within him. As he grew older, he became a crusader and became best friends with Eobar Garrington, who happened to be the Black Knight of that period. One day, both of them decided to go out and find the Tower of Power, which was the alleged dwelling place of the mythical Eternal Pharoah in Aqaba. And although his buddy abandoned the mission, du Paris went on to angrily do it on his own. And after he went on and neared a state of collapse, he was mentally tested by a voice, in which he passed, and then his mutant powers mysteriously manifested for the first time. Subsequent to this, when the Black Knight was looking for du Paris, it was revealed that the mysterious voice belonged to Apocalypse, and he was the one that sparked du Paris' power. He had now become the infamous Exodus. But when Exodus refused to follow the command of Apocalypse and take out the Black Knight, Apocalypse weakened his power and sealed him away in a crypt in the mountains. Many centuries went by before he was awakened by Magneto in the modern era. He quickly became Magneto's top lieutenant, joining his Acolytes team and carrying out missions for him, which led to confrontations with X-Factor and X-Force, neither of which could stand against his raw power. And after an occasion where the X-Men attacked Magneto's Avalon base and Professor X wiped Magneto's mind, Exodus stepped up and took leadership of the Acolytes team, filling the power vacuum of the downed supervillain. He led the group for quite a while, taking on any mission that seemed to progress his thoughts of what the mutant cause should be. Of course, this continued to bring him into conflict with other superheroes, such as the X-Men and Avengers. But although they had heavy hitters like Scarlet Witch and Jean Grey, they were still no match for his power. He even showed his true strength during the Age of Apocalypse storyline, when he went head-to-head with a powerful being named Holocaust, aka Nemesis. But this engagement weakened and changed him, because after he went back to the crypt that Apocalypse had sealed him in to rest, he discovered that his powers had morphed into making him more of a psychic vampire, then having to feed off of the psionic energies of people around him. And this brought him into conflict with Cable and the powerful X-Man, Nate Gray. And although it looked like Exodus would beat them as well, it took an enraged X-Man to release the full extent of his power, which overwhelmed the abilities of Exodus, and therefore he was sealed away in a collapsing mountainside. But of course he survived, and later he would go on to further his mission by getting rid of all of what he considered impure mutates living in the world, particularly the High Evolutionary and his creations, as well as the Inhumans. He'd later be shown as one of the few mutants to keep his powers after the M-Day event, and was actually key in rebuilding the brain of Professor X after he was shot. But he and the Professor ended up dueling on the astral plane. This was actually over the fate of Magneto, who Exodus had gotten upset at. The professor ended this exchange, though, when he threatened to permanently shut off Exodus's powers if he attacked again. Although it's questionable whether Exodus was going all out, though, because he stated that he didn't really want to fight him, but wanted to offer him a chance to lead the Acolytes, which naturally Xavier refused. Exodus would then briefly denounce his name and abandon his extreme ways, even working for the S.H.I.E.L.D. agency's psychic division when they needed him to help fight against the Omega-level mutant Matthew Malloy. Unfortunately, he was outmatched and killed by the psychic strain of battling Malloy. But lucky for him, this event was undone when Tempest went back in time to prevent Malloy from even being born. After that, Exodus seemed to go back to his old ways, last being seen with Magneto's new Brotherhood of Mutants. Now, due to his powers and abilities and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Exodus a rating of 10, which is a legendary rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.